What's up, everybody? Mario 13. Oh shit, gotta turn that off real quick. What's up, everybody? Mario 13 here. And now then, the reason I didn't record last Saturday or Sunday was my little shit cousins came by and couldn't really do that also because I had college work to do. Also, my little brothers came by this week, so I'm outside today. So yeah, y'all see the video already. Let's just get right into this shit. Link It Loud and Deku found the omnitrix, which I have to think of a shorter name for this. So Omni, Deku, and Omega Link. Yeah, also I'm gonna do a Loud 10 video after this, which I'm still gonna do fanfiction readings, just adding my own little flair to it. So But okay, let's get into this. Pretty sure I left off right before the absolute ass whooping that All Might was about to hand to them. Yeah, I'm petty like that. Also, I'm gonna finally try to stop taking inspiration from other people since that shit isn't working. Instead, just gonna go off and do my own thing at this point because while I will use some inspirations from other people, I'm not gonna make it one-to-one similar like my foreign exchange here, was using that, but yeah. Alright, so I left off with the all by ass whooping these boys were about to receive. Which is then they're told they're gonna fight All Might. Now then, after watching all of the preliminary, all the others, now then, you're wondering, where Chandler and Clyde facing? They're here in this fight. Since they're the strongest students in Class 1A, they're the ones that had the lovely pleasure to fight the number one hero. Or the pleasure to have their asses handed to them. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into this. Sorry, thought I saw something. Ow. But yeah. Let's get into this. So we start again. Getting ready for the ass whooping. Strongest students versus All Might. Also, I'm changing up the flair of Chandler and Clyde's quirks. Clyde's quirks basically were... Alright, you know what Big Chill did in that one episode of What Big Chill did in that one episode while they were fighting the Rooters, basically for a training simulation. That's what Clyde's ice manipulation is like. While Chandler's is mostly like amphibians. Basically, he can turn himself into lightning, basically their powers resemble that of aliens. While being aliens. But we won't get into that. But yeah. So then. Also, I probably should have made the actual base my... What if Lincoln was in my hero? Fuck it, we can go on that later. My flaws. So, yeah. Now then, we see Lincoln waiting as we see them finally stop into the, As we see them finally stop to deal with All Might. As we see the boys walking in the city. We hear their feet crumpling, clapping against the ground. As we have the similar altercation to what happened in canon, except Sayaka gets Lily and Katsuki doesn't hit Izuku in this timeline. Since again, most of that animosity isn't there. While when I do the Deku What If 10 video, just Deku, then yeah, it's gonna be there. It's highly gonna be there. So yeah, the hostility now is minimal, but Katsuki still doesn't want to run away, even if it would be a good idea. And as in his words, he's no wimp. Now then, this is when All Might decides to scare the shit out of them by blowing up that city block. I'm about to have fun delivering this ass whooping. Murder of crows in the background. What if Itachi is over here? But yeah. So yeah. As we see All Might then show up, as he almost immediately shows up, gut checking Katsuki in the next week. And this is when the fight starts to play out. As we see Lincoln almost immediately transform into Rage. Raph. Izuku's the one that has the altered names. As we see him transform into Rage. Goddamn. Rage, Raph, you know what I mean. I get Izuku and Lincoln's aliens mixed up, but fuck. As Lincoln almost delivers a devastating... Lincoln delivers a face punch. Would it barely do anything. It stuns All Might for a little bit at best. before he's in punch through a building. Which we can see Wrecking Bolt coming up. Wrecking Bolt, or Izuku, coming up before slamming on All Might's back. Well, trying to roll into All Might, only for him to be grabbed and chucked at the same building where Lincoln is in. Next thing All Might knows, as ice basically pops out from the ground before attacking him. As we see Clyde with his hands on the ground before pulling it up, having more ice basically attack and bomb rush All Might, which freezes him for it, which actually encases him in ice before he breaks out, which leads to him, which freezes him in a quick flash. He appears in front of Clyde, which Clyde almost immediately brings up an ice wall to block, only for it to get shattered and him being sent flying. We didn't see Chandler coming, which this fight is repetitive because they're getting their asses whooped. We didn't see a lightning ball. We didn't see a giant burst of lightning coming, just crashing down at All Might before it gets grabbed. And what we all know how this goes, as All Might ends up punching Chandler in the jaw. I mean, hard enough to where he flips into the air, and not flip in the air, more like he flips in the same position. Before All Might then kicks him in the next week, as he says, "Come on, heroes, try to stop me." As he shows them in some guys, as they all proceed to get up. Chandler bleeding from them, having blood spewing from his mouth. Holy shit, that hurt, he thinks. No word shit. Then Clyde says, "Fuck it," and grabs him. We see Clyde come by Chandler before grabbing on him and saying, "This should help." Absorbing some of Chandler's power into himself before loading his hand up with the electricity. Yes, he thinks of this as a lightning ice fusion shit. Before proceeding to slam his hands onto the ground, sitting on a huge wave of ice and mixed with electricity at All Might, only for the villain to reel his arm back and boom. This is when we see Lincoln and Izuku come out of the woodworks again. Lincoln has Ditto and Izuku has Inferno. As Ditto's trying to grab on the All Might to confuse him, and once All Might is getting rid of them, he's then proceeded to be hit with fire. And with another orange. Also, Lincoln found out how the way to change the omnitrix color so it's orange. He won't be able to find this out in any other way except unless two people have the omnitrix. Meaning that while Lincoln's aliens are orange in color and Izuku's are green. So yeah. So an orange flash comes by, a stink fly comes out before spitting at All Might. Izuku, now! When Izuku seeing All Might covered in the goo, he proceeds to shoot a flame out, which sets off an explosion, actually sending All Might back, hurting him a bit. As you see, they're all relying on combo, which, with All Might is coming back, this is when we see Bakugo come out of nowhere with his gauntlets and proceeds to pull the pin, setting off even more of a massive explosion, since All Might still had some of the goo on him, making him explode 10 times more, as he's actually sent flying back by this, as he would. As we see Clyde proceed to cover him up in ice even more, before he then actually jumps on which when All Might busts out of it, Clyde actually jumps on the All Might and grabs him, absorbing. And this is when Clyde sees it. He sees as Clyde seems to appear in a world for a second. What the hell? As he sees multiple people there, but the person he sees more is Izuku's grandma. The person he's most confused by seeing is a woman with black hair. Now, this is mainly the reason, but yeah. Now, never mind, I thought someone was coming up here. I thought I'd have to stop the video. But the person that Clyde is most surprised at seeing is a woman with black hair, who looks like Inko for some reason. Before Clyde's rushed out and blasted away, screaming in pain a little bit, as he falls into a wall and lands on the ground. What the hell was that? He lets out while falling back to the ground after trying to get up. As it leaves just 4 extra people as Clyde's down. Now then, this is when a canon ass whooping starts to happen, as All Might proceeds to beat their asses. Like, I don't really know how you want me to describe it. It was an ass whooping, alright? Now then, during this, well, complete decimation, this is when Link and Izuku try to transform again, only know that the Omni Omnitrix are stuck. No, not now, you stupid watches work! As they keep constantly hitting the dial trying to get it to work. But the only thing popping up is a error, you know, the error thing. The error symbol, basically. Shit, I think. As they just have to survive on the fact that, thanks to Lincoln, they have basically a lot more superhuman now. Once again, radio feedback from Lincoln's powers ended up giving Chandler and Zuko some type of enedite power, basically. But it just really gave Chandler extra electricity and basically made Zuko and Lincoln about 10% of One For All at full strength. So it's just more than them having to survive than anything else. As they rush All Might, shattering the ground below them after using all of their power. As they actually are able to somewhat hurt All Might using their full power. And I'm talking about full power. Lincoln's skin is slightly burnt. As both of their skins seem to slightly be burning off from the amount of energy they're pushing out. As Lincoln's granted a reddish-orange flare and Zuko green. As thanks to using more of the enedite DNA, it's starting to burn their skin slightly, as we can see on their fingers. As we see slightly that some kind of red and green biomass is under it. Zuko and Lincoln don't really question this right now, as they just rush to fight All Might. Even though they get handled pretty easily. Which then leads to them finally, thanks to the distraction from, I guess, Chandler and Katsuki, they're able to pick up Clyde and run. Zuko's back is destroyed by All Might. And, well, you know. Which then finally leads to Lincoln and Zuko and Katsuki standing there, stuck between a rock and a really fucked up hard place. As Katsuki then proceeds to ask, why the hell haven't you two transformed yet? We can't, the watch is stuck. As Katsuki says, bring it here. They're popping up the dials before Katsuki proceeds to slam both of his heads down with being boosted by explosions. Which next thing that Lincoln and Zuko know, next thing All Might notice is a large green and orange flash appears. What says that is two robotic looking aliens with green and orange energy flowing through their veins from what can be seen. As All Might then proceeds to jump up and rush them, as Lincoln and Zuko charge their hand back with green and orange energy flashing for. With Lincoln coming up with a name for this real quick. A nucleo winner? As they have robot voice saying, oh, cool. While All Might is rushing forward, this is when Lincoln and Zuko start charging up the energy. As Lincoln thinks up a name real quick. Nucleo winner! Lincoln screams out. As the next thing you know, it's a giant green and orange energy beam shooting up in the air. As we see that All Might was sent flying through multiple buildings. As we see him in crash rumble, seemingly knocked out. Zuko almost immediately changed it back, with the watches being red almost immediately. What the fuck was that? Lincoln and Zuko say out loud. But right now it doesn't matter, as they're declared winners. As they all proceed to walk through the gate. And they win. Yeah. Now then. Clyde can't help but stop thinking. Now then, a couple of days afterwards, but before they go off to the USJ, you know? What the fuck? Oh, 14. Clyde can't help but stop thinking about that woman he saw that looked so much like Inko which he has told the other four this. But during his thoughts and rambling, this is when they hear Iko knocking on the door. Boys, Ben Tennyson is here to see you. Ben? And they all say before coming out of their rooms, and this is when they see Ben there. As he says, hey, as he tells them, let's go for a smoothie. Which after walking in and out, Ben says that he just got back from a mission and wanted to get a smoothie. Why not? Now then, when they actually get there, as they get into Ben's car and drives off, which is someone from UAF, or it's the one that Ben mostly drove around in UAF and Omniverse, basically. Well, sometimes in Omniverse. So yeah. Goddamn crows. So yeah. As things go on, as this is when they get to Mr. Sumi's, they step out the car and just go to the front house. As we see this happening, we see somewhere else. We see the Forever Knights getting people in knighted armor. I forgot we all know who they are, the Forever Knights. Come on, man. If you're watching this, you like Ben 10, you should know who the Forever Knights are. They've been a pain in Ben's ass since the classic series. Hell, even the reboot. So, yeah. Yes, these knights are being thrown around, with some of them being killed. As we see aliens with a red and... Wait, shit, what's the opposite color of orange? Oh, shit. What's the opposite color of orange? Actually, look good, glowing. Fuck. We see two green and orange silhouettes as they transform back, with some of the knights looking dead, though. As we see the two silhouettes come up, as it's Lincoln and Izuku. Now tell us, where's Lincoln Loud and Izuku Midoriya? Which is then we skip back to them. As it's shown that it's revealed that Ben is playing a hologram of this. What the hell? Lincoln says, that wasn't us. We were home. As Lincoln and Izuku were hanging out with Jiro and Ochako, while Clyde was busy trying to figure out, still wrapped up in his head about this woman he saw. Knew it. Must be some type of shapeshifter or something, you know. The alien world is weird. Yeah, it is. As they just talk, which is then Clyde decides to bring up something about the woman he saw when he grabbed All Might. As Ben says, alright, let's drive to the plumber base. I mean, we probably have a database on who it is. As we see them drive to the plumber base nearby, going inside, getting clearance, you know. Since they're all, Lincoln is, while the boys are all, they're plumbers, but they're getting paid too, but they're like starting plumbers, you know. They're basically like the starting plumbers, lieutenants, you know. So yeah, they all have plumber badges though, and a plumber computer. Basically, they're starter plumbers, basically. And this is when we see Ben, as Clyde proceeds to type out what he saw. And this is when he finds out, as he sees Nana Shimura, deceased. As he then clicks the known relevance. And what shocks the boys is that this woman is Izuku's grandmother. And, but it's not that. That's not what shocks them most. It's that this woman is also the grandmother of Tinko Shimura, otherwise known as Tomura Shigaraki. What the fuck? As Lincoln proceeds to say, so Izuku's related to that psychopath? This doesn't make any sense. Which, yeah, I subscribe to the theory that Inko is Nana's daughter. Deal with it, because it's gonna be permanent here on the channel. Trust me, every My Hero What If I make, you best believe that Nana is Inko's mother. Alright? Good. What the fuck? Lincoln. Zuko was just kind of spiraling, knowing that but also Zuko's wondering why she's dead. As after these talking, they go home. This is when Zuko brings up, Mom, can we talk? He says, before asking her who's his grandmother. As Zuko never met his grandparents, neither of them, on the deadbeat side, the dead man's side, are his moms. As Inko as well, she knew he would ask this one day as she starts explaining as when Inko does try to dance around it a little bit, he does tell her that he knows that it's not Shamora, as he wants to know who is she. So Inko buckles down and tells her that her mother had her while she was in America, for whatever reason. And now she's gone. She doesn't know how. She just knows that she was a hero and died, which is why Inko didn't really want Zuko to be a hero, but knew she has to support his dreams, as her mother died because of being a hero. So after this, we skip a couple of more days, and this is when we finally get started on the omnitrix exam. Not the entrance exam, the training camp arm. As we see everyone getting ready to roll up onto the bus, and as we see them all just sitting down. Wait a minute, shit, did I already go over it? Fuck it, if I already went over the training arc already, just count that as a dead one, because I'm doing what I want to do and not trying to subscribe to anyone else's. I mean, I'll throw a little information. Thank you, Noah Stories. You are a goat. But, fuck it, let's just get back into this. So we see them blowing onto the bus, getting ready to go. Yeah. I see them rolling onto the bus, getting ready to go. Well, they do leave. Lincoln sits by Kyoka. I guess Ronnie Ann will sit by a couple of other friends. Who knows? What? Still recording.
Do you have a script or something?
Does it look like I have a script, nigga?
So you're just talking?
Yes, now get your ass back inside.
I'm just listening.
Alright, my little brother's there, so. Alright, so basically, we see him getting onto the bus. Lincoln sits by Kyoka. You know, the happy things. Shit. Which is then we get to, Azuka has the same transactions with Mendeley as Respired. Not knowing how to watch his mouth and getting gripped by his fucking face for it. But, besides that, then we see things happening similar to canon, except the ones that don't fall are either the ones that can fucking levitate, hover, or fly. So, Zuko, Lincoln, Chandler, and Clyde. Since Clyde has bullshit powers, since Clyde absorbed, I guess, a flying alien before getting here, who knows? Fuck it. Yeah, no. Yeah, guess Clyde absorbed a flying alien before getting here. Who knows? Fuck it. Why not? So, yeah. What else should I? Yeah, why not? Clyde absorbed a flying alien. Let's go with that. So, as things keep going the way they do. Hold up. Is that a package for me? Okay, nope, never mind. So yeah, thought there was a package for me. That's why I was starting to stutter a bit. So yeah, things go on and on. So yeah, shit happens. They get to the camp. Takes 1A a few bit longer to get there because Lincoln, Izuku, Chandler, Clyde, Jiro, and Ochako, and Suyu all just kind of said fuck it and dipped out. Well, more like Jiro, Ochako, and Suyu grabbed onto their boyfriends before they fucking left. But, so yeah. Katsuki didn't leave as he was kind of the main front, which also, during this time when they get there, before entering Lincoln and Zuko look at the omnitrix as they keep circling to find it, but they couldn't find the aptly named Fallout and Atomics. They just couldn't find them for whatever reason. It's like the DNA was locked away. As they tried to unlock it, trust me, they did. But didn't work. Tried a code, didn't work. But yeah. So this is when we see Class 1A get there, and they're kind of pissed off at the others for fucking up and leaving. But, you know, what you gonna do? So yeah, let's keep getting on through this shit. Also, I'm definitely gonna redo this what if. Trust and believe I am. I'm gonna redo all my what ifs eventually. Just to make it more coherent, you know? But for now, we're gonna be stuck with this. So yeah, Lincoln and Zuko get punched in the nuts. So, by Coda, yeah, hits him right in the sack. Which, trust me, hurts. Any ladies watching, hurts like a bitch. Okay, so, yeah. Not leaving off here, though. Not done in the slightest. So, yeah, we see the training commits. And, well, Lincoln and Zuko are forced to train in their human forms by Aizawa, with him also trying to improve their time limit. Which, considering that 11-year-old Ben, after, like, a year of having to watch, was able to do. Just transform constantly back and back, you know. So I say the time limit has increased. They have, I say, 14 minutes as an alien, and switching does die down the battery a bit, but which limits them. Basically, takes a couple of seconds away every time they switch. They constantly switch, you know. Shut up, Chloe, my dog. Sorry, but yeah, constantly switching is a pain in the ass, basically. So, yeah. Now then, we go on. Get on to the video. So, yeah, we see this Class 1A hanging the fuck out. Lincoln and Zuko save Koda. Which, this is when they hear about his tragic backstory. How Muscular slid his parents in the afterlife. But, you know... Also, the girls end up celebrating Ronnie Ann's birthday. Lincoln did get her a present that's there. Which also, if I had which also I'm gonna not do the Rod Lincoln plotline anymore after this, because guess what? Lori and Bobby would be married by the time they're either 15 or 16, which would make them step siblings. Well, siblings in law, but you know what I mean. So no incest. We don't do that shit on this channel. That's disgusting. But yeah, with that out of the way, so let's just abandon the whole Ronnie Ann likes Lincoln thing. Well, she's had some lingering feelings for Lincoln, but after knowing that him and Kyoko was dating, she didn't want to fucking intrude on her. Well, two of her best friend and one of her other close friends' relationships, so she just stopped. I don't know. I guess you can go on and say she liked, I don't know, fucking Tokiyami? Shit, who knows? Hell, even Dinky. Why not? Who cares? Fuck it, let's get back into this. So yeah, we see things transpire how they do. Lincoln is paired up with Kyoko, which he brought his jacket, the leather one. So yeah. Also, I might do a Ben 10, just a what if Ben 10 series. Fuck it, who knows how I would do Ben 10. Oh. But yeah. Shit. So yeah, fuck it. Now then, we'll go on. What? I'm about to be done. Just wait a minute. I'm about to get the cook. Fuck it. Nigga,